Okay, in this video we're going to finish off the hat of our gnome, and we already roughed that out in the first video by carving that up into a kind of a cylinder shape, establishing the round shape. What I'm going to do first for the hat is come up about 2/3 up the side of the hat, put in a nice deep stop cut there. I'm going to carve up to that in order to establish that side of the hat that's pointing out. And I'm just going to get into there. I might have to start coming up diagonal ways like that a little bit to get those pieces out. Just starting to undercut that before I start going around the rest of the hat. It kind of helps me to start by having that there. We'll come back and make it deeper as we go, but that's kind of how I start it. Next, I'm just going to come up like 1/8 of an inch or less above the brim of the hat. I'm going to push my knife in and up, and I'm going to do that all the way around. Just going to establish the brim and also start to taper down to the top. So I'm just going in and up all the way around the outside of the hat. And when I get to where the notch is, I'll just keep doing that too. It's okay to notch that up a little bit. And I might end up shaving off a little bit of that top part there and there as I'm going around. And really all I'm going to do is continue that process, kind of working my way up the hat. What I'll do is sometimes I'll check it like this and see, am I getting roughly equal kind of circular shape around there. Okay. I'm going to do it again from down where I was, pushing further in and up, kind of just redoing the lines just one step deeper than what I did the first time around. And as I get to these sides that are there, I'm just going to cut off that corner like you saw there to keep kind of even going all the way around. Alright, next I'm going to come up maybe more like 1/4 or 3/8 of an inch up the hat and do the same thing. I'm going to push in and up, go all the way around. I'm running into this, so I'm just going to extend my stop cut up here a little bit more. That's okay. Same thing on the front here. Now I'm going to go ahead and just put a stop cut kind of angling up here so that I'm able to keep pushing the hat up this way. Okay, you can see I'm already starting to get a good shape there. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up just a little bit further, push in and up, work my way around. So I'm just trying to taper off towards the top, keeping roughly equal distance as I go around. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to do maybe one more time around from a little bit higher up. It's going to be about here. Getting close to the top now. I won't worry too much about this here. We'll come back and do that in just a second. Yeah. Now I've got a nice tapered look there. I do want this to kind of come in and up just a little bit more. So now that I've already done that, I'm going to come back down to the bottom and do another just in and up across the bottom of the hat. And taper the hat in just a little bit more at the bottom. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm going to get ready to do the top of the hat. So I've got a good cut along there. I'm going to make this even just a little bit further like that. Do kind of the same thing on the back. I'm going to give a fresh cut there, going all the way up like that. Okay. And now I'm going to come here and I'm going to kind of cut this corner off kind of parallel to the way the notch of the hat is falling there. So it's going to look like this. It's really coming in pretty hard and steep across the top to kind of match the falling angle there. Then I'm going to come up here and I'm just going to start cutting in really tight around the top. Going a circle around and just cutting right in, almost at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to keep that up until I've completely done the top. I'm just going to stay at the top, cutting right across. Try to hold that up so you can see that better. I keep doing that just a little bit at a time until I've completely notched off the top of the hat. Okay, so now I've got that done, but you can see the shape's not quite right there. So I'm going to come back here and I'm going to just taper this off a little further up like that. Okay, this is too steep up here, so I'm going to take these corners off like that. And really I'm just going around in a circle each time to keep things even and kind of looking at it to figure out what I'm happy with. The exact shape can vary, of course, so you can be a little bit flexible on that. Okay. This looks a little bit sharp to me here, so I'm just going to take that off. Smooth that out a little bit. And the whole thing feels a little bit wide, so I'm just going to narrow it up some. Okay, feeling pretty good about that. I need to finish this side off. So a couple things I can do here. First, I'm going to kind of just round it off a little bit more like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in on the side here and kind of carve up and out like that. Kind of in with my knife and up. And that's creating this kind of, I don't know, I like a little falling down effect on the top of the hat that I like. I'll smooth that off the top a little bit, the back. And then I'm looking at this on top. I feel like it could use kind of a little bit of a flatten up across the top too. Round off the sides a little more. So that's getting pretty close. Okay. So when I'm happy with that, then I'm going to kind of come under these and just recut this underneath. It's maybe hard to see, but kind of some uneven cuts where all my stop cuts have gone up. So I'm just going to come in here and get some fresh cuts underneath. Clean up any pieces that I have stuck in there. It's looking pretty good. Then I might come here and just kind of smooth that edge of the hat off just a little bit. Same thing on the back, just to round it off a little bit. Okay, that's pretty good. I still feel like this side's a little bit fat. I'm gonna bring it in. There we go. Alright, and then the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to carve these little, and show you good on this one, I'm going to carve these little wrinkles into the crease of the hat where it's falling over there. So what I do there is I come down a little bit, kind of perpendicular to that hat line, and I just cut my tip of my knife straight in, and I come on one side and carve up to it, and then from the other side and carve down to it. I need to go in there. There we go, for a stop cut. Just carving a little notch like that. You can see that. And then maybe I'll add another one in between the top of the hat and there. So straight in, down, like that. And it just adds a little wrinkle there to the where the hat's fallen over. Do the same thing on the back. Sorry. I usually hold this right up next to me so I can see it right under me. It's a little bit harder to do under the video, but hopefully you get the idea. So there's one notch, and here's another. Not quite as clean as usual, so just because I'm at a weird angle doing it, but I'll kind of recut those little corners in there to get the pieces out, make it look a little bit neater. Okay. There we go. All right. So the last thing I might do is kind of undercut where the brim of the hat is here and make that a little bit. Just recutting where there might be some jagged lines under here to kind of smooth it out underneath, and the edges, I've got a couple pen marks there. I'll just shave those off. Kind of go around. All right. And there is the hat.